Hello there, folks, and welcome to this week's Tiki Tuesday live show. I am Moda. How are all of you doing today? Just getting the chat stuff set up. Hopefully you guys are having a good day so far. I'd like to say aloha from here at the War Portal offices. We've got some pretty light maintenance on renewal this week and a little bit heavier on classic. We have the Asgard, kind of like a training area after the training area for classics. So it's going to be a little bit like the Creator Academy in that it gives more detailed instruction, but we're hoping to condense that into a much more accessible area on classic. Get the chat set up so you guys should be able to see the stuff that you're typing, I should say. But yeah, on renewal server it's going to be a pretty simple maintenance this week. Next week we should be getting the Valentine's Day quest, and we will also be receiving data for our Heroes Trill Part 2, which will include a whole bunch of cards that we have not gotten yet. So that's kind of the biggest thing coming up. So we'll have that data for our internal testing pretty soon. Also, if you guys hadn't heard of it yet, which you probably should have, we've got a game night on February 27th. Please let us know if you're going to be able to attend. We're here in Orange County, California. Not too far from Knott's Berry Farm, in fact. And we're inviting the community to come out and join us. We'll have a little bit of pizza, some video games, board games, all kinds of fun stuff. We had a ton of fun last time, but I want to see more RO1 people there. Don't disappoint me. So since I know that a lot of people, they just want to watch for the questions part, let me run through those pretty quickly. We've got some historical stuff for Warwick Davis. It's his birthday today. He played Wicket in Return of the Jedi, as well as the Leprechaun in Leprechaun Goes to the Hood, Leprechaun in Space, and Back to the Hood. As well as a bunch of characters in Harry Potter and even in Doctor Who. So, very cool actor, Warwick Davis. Okay, let me see. So if you haven't had a chance to check it out yet, we also have the War Portal Weekly video that Sam Marta and I did last week. The original one did not live long, unfortunately, due to the ultra copyrighted music at the beginning of it, but edited version is posted up on our website. Also have a trailer for our trip to Solvang/Hugel. It's kind of like tying RO's history with the history of California, kind of in places that sort of share a common background. Sagittarius says Oda is a heart wing band going to be the quest reward or in the box this month. We should be getting data from Caro about what the reward might be. I'll have to check that first, but it's possible that we'll have that in this month. Let me know if the music's a little too loud. I'm turning up so that I have something to hear. So, gonna be doing a little monster spawning here in Hugo on Classic. Something a little livelier. There we go. All right, whoops. Okay, for the first question is from Zelly. She asked, Oda, do you even forum? Yes. In fact, this week we're actually putting in a whole bunch of changes to the forums just to kind of get things better organized. If you take a look, we have events in their own special area. We have events in their own special area now. It'll be in a section where there's the renewal patch notices, the classic patch notices, and on the top there'll be events. So that'll be for creative events. It'll be for forum spawning events and fun things like that. Well, I will just sit here in Hugo while I wait. But yeah, doing a lot of cleanup on the forums, getting things better organized. Cleared up a whole bunch of the pins there. So when you go into our community chat, it will not look quite as crowded as it usually does. So yeah. Necroheliac says, I like to pretend Ewoks never happened, along with episodes 1 to 3. You know, I felt like that back in the early 2000s, like, oh geez, you know, these Ewoks, you know, not a big fan. But basically the Ewoks are just kind of like a fairly simple representation of like the little guy winning out over the big overlord. And so that can be fun. Okay, second question, or next question, or, yeah, you know, the Ewoks are fine. They were, Return of the Jedi was kind of like weirdly darker, in that the movie starts off with a heist film where at the end of it, our heroes murder a crime boss. You know, Luke, you know, chokes a guard and crazy stuff like that. I think the Ewok stuff is kind of like, you know, I don't quite go for it being just like to pander to kids or something like that. But it's kind of like they were originally going to be Wookiees, but that kind of didn't work out. But I think Ewoks are fine. I haven't seen any of those movies though. Next question from Zero Tigers is a big one. What updates from Caro are we expecting this year? Can we get an outline of what to look forward to this year? So we have a rough schedule from Caro on what they're going to be bringing over this year. Heroes Trail data is going to be coming as early as next week for internal testing. We were supposed to get it at the end of January, but you know, sometimes these things get pushed a little bit. So Heroes Trail, as soon as I get more information, I will post it again, or I will post it up. In March, we should be getting data for the Wave Mode and Nightmare Dungeon. It's possible that this will be the missing Clock Tower dungeon that we've been hoping for. Episode 14.3 should be arriving around May, so that will be a pretty big thing. And Gunslinger, we should be getting around the end of the summertime. Her second question is, any news about episode 16? We don't have anything about that yet, but that's pretty far down the road. Jay Squishy asks, requesting to fix the Warlock Chain Lightning bug. Basically that on Kero, it appears that you're able to move around after casting, but not on IRO. We can ask Kero for an update to the skill, but if you have the specific date when the update came in, that would actually help a lot. Quanta asks, can we get the stacker NPC on Classic fixed? He's not stacking battle manuals times 3. Got 14 in my inventory for lucky boxes and they're all singles. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yes, I think that's something that we can fix. Gamma Breaker asks, sorry if this was asked already tonight, but is the Mesmerist Eden, is the, tongue-tied, is the Mesmerist in Eden leaving tonight? I heard it was leaving in February. It's not in my notes for this week. It might not be going away this week. Eventually that'll be leaving, but I don't think it's on the schedule for just yet. Yeah, nothing mentioned last week, so I don't think it'll be leaving. It won't be leaving this week. Okay, next question we've got is coming in from 01, who says classic gangster scarf for Valentine's Day box. Okay, thanks for member. Hashtag Valentine's Day massacre, hashtag Al Capone, hashtag Bugs Moran. Yeah, gangster scarf for Valentine's Day would be a fun thing. Xero says, will you guys ever have Gramps fixed? There's a bug when either your base or job level reaches 150 or 50. Normally you're able to redistribute EXP when you're on VIP, either all into base or job. I understand that if one of those levels reaches max, 150 or 50, then you will no longer be able to redistribute. This shouldn't stop the XP from the max level from going to the unmaxed level, right? As far as I know, it's a restriction that the producers put in. I understand where people are coming from in that they want to be able to still have the EXP go, but I think that the restriction may have been put in to prevent people from leveling too far beyond 150 with the Gramps quests. But as far as I know, talking to the producers, they're not really crazy about changing that. Sorry about that, folks. Just getting some weird test thing set up that I was playing around with. Inabashiri says, Odo, you might mention that we have a prototype that's being tested for in-game bot reporting, so watch for that. Yeah, that's a really cool project that is getting underway. It will allow you to report bots to actually open up a window that'll let you send in a ticket right from it'll let you send in a ticket right from the client itself. It'll create a ticket and allow you to report bots in a much more timely fashion. Really convenient. And it's a project that Section 9, our volunteer development kind of gurus, have been working on for quite a while. So we're really excited to see this actually come out. Okay, next question we have is running out of space on his desk here. Is from Hikari Yari, who is asking about the Owl Dukes on Classic. We had added them to one of the maps in Clock Tower, and I guess that change was supposed to be reverted but had not properly, so I'm going to be checking on that. Quanta asks, couldn't Caro give you guys a modified renewal server for using with Classic? Or is this just not possible? It would certainly make supporting Classic easier, new hats, new monsters, etc., and would better enable the Classic to renewal, or the renewal to Classic transfer you're thinking of doing. Optimally, it's we would have Classic running on renewal server architecture with just pre-renewal mechanics, like no. This mouse pad's really driving me nuts here. But you would have the pre-renewal mechanics that people want, but we'd still be able to add new stuff to it more easily, like we can on renewal. At this time, it's not possible, but we're trying to make Classic strong, so we can actually make the case to Cairo to get us some more development support. So I thought while I was here, I might actually do this goofy thing. It's a little Lego set. It's a T16 Skyhopper. Actually build this on air while I'm here, because why not? I'm still answering questions. Unfortunately, I'm not able to zoom out as much as I'd like to, but it kind of gives you an idea of the different stuff that comes in a kit on modern Lego set. Little stickers here. Three different poly bags full of stuff, and that's pretty much it. Oof, this may be a little tough. This may be a little tough for him. Yeah, if you're getting lagging from the stream, I'll have this uploaded to YouTube after the video's over. So that's usually a little bit easier on the eyes, a little bit less lag. Next question we have is Asparatus, who says, Odo, you mentioned in January that Caro, you pushed to Caro requests concerning new headgears and accessories. Anything new on that? There are a lot of suggestions. I wonder if any of them made their way to IRO. I believe that we have sent them, but I can do a checkup to make sure. Oof. Ifrit may be too much. Milky Thief asks, could we get a weapon/armor repair NPC in Eden or the mail annex? I feel like there was one at one point, just a simple thing that helps out lazy people like me. Asked the producers about it, and they kind of didn't want to give extra stuff to the Eden group that would lead to it becoming super crowded. Which I guess is kind of the main issue that we're concerned about right now, is just it getting a little bit too crowded. Bobby Leonard says, will there be a lucky February box, lucky box? And when will we be seeing them? That'll be coming in next week. Almer Atlas says, can we have like all of these things? And post a link to the new Jero costume items. We'll eventually get them. Johnny Cakes asks about issues with using pets in instance dungeons. When I enter an instance, my pet disappears. It happened in Bio 4 as well as the old Glass Time. Seems like other people are having the same thing happen. We'll have to do some testing on that. I've heard numerous players say that that's an issue, and I could kind of see that happening. There's no documented changes to the system that we've been informed about by Caro, but yeah, if we are testing, I'd say just don't have a pet equipped when you go into an instance dungeon or anything like that, because there may be some issues. And Kiju Doab says, I'm just curious if we'll ever get that dang Ragnarok Odyssey quest. I want my Domovoy pet. That I have no idea about. We don't really have very close ties between the company that does the Ragnarok Odyssey publishing, so I don't know much about that situation. If it's the one that's published by Gung Ho USA, that we might be able to ask them about, but our request would have to come from the dev team. Heroes Legacy asks, can't really hear much due to the stream lag, but I just want to ask if we can test/revert DB back to its original no fixed cast delay. A skill heavily nerfed and already fixed by reduction formulas, and the only skill so far who's suffering full animation. I'd put up the rest at post. Even with the reductions and stuff like that, you know, no delay use, where people just, you know, spamming it much faster than they really should have any right to be able to. Until that issue sort of resolved, it's not likely that that will be changed. So that looks like most of the questions that I have. Still got some monsters to spawn here in Classic. But I think that's pretty much all we've got for the show today. Seems like that is the questions for this week. I'd like to thank you guys for watching today, joining us for this Tiki Tuesday live broadcast. Sorry about the lag problems. I'm going to put this up on YouTube, see if we can't get that up pretty soon, so you guys will be able to check that out. Oh my God. Alright, so you folks have a very nice afternoon, and I'll put this up on YouTube in just a few minutes. Alright, take care.